What's going on, guys? FlameHorizon here, coming at you with UAPB Season 1, Week 3 versus Willie M, Willie Mercado, whatever his channel name is, and the Washington Weaviles. As you can probably see on the screen, there's two Pokemon in this team builder that weren't in my original draft. I made a few trades, and by trades I mean I used all my FAs, because my team was awful and I needed to fix it. I traded Rotom Wash for Staraptor. I didn't bring Staraptor this week. I traded Braviary for Cloyster, and I traded Regice for Rotom Frost. So now I have no points left over. Everything's cool. But yeah, so we'll get right into the team builder. We have Blaze the Infernape. It's a mixed set with Choice Scarf, U-Turn, Hidden Power Ice, Close Combat, and Earthquake. His team will be right there. His team consists of Landorus T, Milotic, Porygon 2, Hoopa Confined, Magnetric, Cradily, Mega Houndoom, Ninetales, Hitmonchan, Kecleon, and Ariados. Hidden Power Ice, of course, is for the Landorus, U-Turns for Momentum. Earthquake is for the Magnetric, Earthquake is for the Ninetales, Earthquake is for anything that can basically take super effective from Earthquake, and Close Combat is just for general coverage. I didn't need a Fire-type move this week since he has no Fire weakness other than Ariados. And Ariados is not living in Earthquake, unless it's Sash, of course. But, I'm sorry, I thought I heard something. But, this is the set I decided to bring this week. I didn't really need a Fire-type move, especially for this team. But up next is one of the new members. We have Fresh, the Rotom Frost, because he keeps your food fresh. With another Choice Scarf. I figured the Choice Scarf, Doubled Scarf, worked this week. Blizzard Thunderbolt will switch Trick. Trick is for the Porygon 2 or the Milotic, depending on which one I want to trick. To get the Eviolite off of Porygon 2 or to get the leftovers off of Milotic and lock it into a singular move. Blizzard Thunderbolt will switch just for coverage. Standard Rotom set. Up next we have Notification Bell, the Bronzong with Zen Headbutt, Gyro Ball, Stealth Rock, and Toxic. I ran fully physically attacking, minus speed, to try to do some damage to this team, because his team does not appreciate Zen Headbutts and Gyro Balls. Not at all. Like, a lot of his team is super fast, and if he decides to bring Webs with Ariados, he's going to bring a fast team that needs help from Webs, so Gyro Ball is going to help a lot. Up next, we have Royal, Life Orb, Sheer Force, Nidoqueen, Sludge Wave, Ice Beam, Earth Power, Thunderbolt, Max Speed, Max Special Attack. His team is fairly slow and takes a lot of damage from Life Orb, Sheer Force. So I expect this to come in clutch this week. I really hope it does well. Up next we have another Pokemon that is new, Magic Conch the Cloyster. I ran Max HP, Max Special Defense, Rocky Helmet. This is basically my Landorus switch-in, because Avalanche 1-hit KOs it, Ice Shard does a chunk of damage, Razor Shell is just, coverage, and it's my Rapid Spinner. So I just decided to bring that this week. And the final member, Emo the Absol with the Absolite, Mega Absol. Play Rough Swords Dance, knock off Sucker Punch. If I can get a Swords Dance up, I win. The only thing that would outspeed me is Scarf Landorus, which would die to a Sucker Punch of +2. I think. I'd have to double check the calc on that. Or Mega Houndoom would speed tie, but I have Sucker Punch. So, we'll take a quick cut, and then I will be right into the battle. As you can see, here's the battle. He brought Landorus, he brought Milotic, he brought Hitmonchan as his spinner, he brought the Mega Houndoom, he brought the Hoopa, he brought the Porygon 2. Kind of what I expected. So, let's hit play music off, and we'll get right into this. So I started off with Notification Bell. He led Mega Houndoom. I just decided to get a Toxic off. I thought he would switch for some reason. I don't know why. Then he goes for a Flamethrower and just demolishes me. So Bronzong's gone automatically. But that's on a timer. So I go into Blaze the Infernape, knowing I had speed. I click Close Combat, and sorry about that cut. My older sister walked in the room, and I had to talk to her for a couple of seconds. But we're going to click Resume. I U-turned out into this. Went for the Blizzard, expecting the switch. Thought it would be Landorus. But I switched right back out into this. And this is just a lot of momentum. I go for U-turn again. Then I go into the Absol. Mega Evolve, go for the knockoff. Because I knew he would switch. And I knew I outsped unless he was Scarfed. I didn't think he was Scarfed. So I set up the Swords Dance, and he goes for Recover. I set up another Swords Dance, and he goes for the Dragon Tail. So that's to kind of stop the sweep a bit. I go back out into Rotom. There's another Dragon Tail, brings me back out into Absol. I just went for another knockoff. He goes for Scald, does a lot of damage. I go back out into Rotom, expecting the Recover, and go for the Trick right here, and trick off Porygon's Eviolite. So that thing is a lot less bulky, especially defensive right there. Goes for the Tri-Attack. That was a crit. Close Combat takes it out though. So I just revealed that I was Double Scarf. Goes into Little Mac with the priority. I switch out into Nidoqueen expecting a Mach Punch, but he goes for Bullet Punch. So, you know, that's alright. Switches out into Fish Lord as I go for Sludge Wave. Judging by that, Thunderbolt KOs. So, good prep on my part with that. Goes out into Landorus. I know this thing is Scarfed. I know it. So I switched out into Magic Conch. Took about 37%. He switches back out, goes into Hitmonchan. I went for the Razor Shell, expecting, like, you know, the Houndoom. I switched out into Nidoqueen, take a Drain Punch. Does another crit. He's gotten 2 crits so far. Hacks is a little bit in his favor. Go for the Sludge Wave, it does almost nothing. This thing has to be Assault Vest. That's like the only set this thing ever runs. Go into the Rotom Frost, go for the Blizzard, and I get the Freeze, which is kind of unfortunate for my opponent, but he got 2 crits. He kind of deserved getting frozen here. But he switches out into Trickmaster the Hoopa. I go for another Thunderbolt, and I'm not sure if he's Scarfed or not at this point. I think he was, yeah? Yeah, by then he would have been Scarfed. He had to have been Scarfed. Goes for Flamethrower, takes out Rotom. Yeah, things aren't looking too up for me. Switches out into Hitmonchan, sacks it off, which was kind of expected. Goes back out into Landorus, intimidates me. I switch out into Cloyster. Goes for the Rock Slide and it misses. I believe I click Avalanche here. Should have clicked Razor Shell. I should have clicked Razor Shell. That would have done so much to that Houndoom. I should have clicked Razor Shell. But, you know, that's what happens. I go for the Ice Shard, because knowing this thing's going to outspeed me, he goes for Flamethrower, takes me out. Right now, I go into Infernape. Now, right here, I'm sitting here thinking, if he stays in and I go for a Hidden Power Ice, I lose. If I go for Close Combat and he switches out into Landorus, I lose. So, I'm kind of in a bad situation here. So, I clicked Close Combat as he switches, and well, that kind of lost me the game. It was just a bad prediction in the end game that lost me the game. Sucker Punch doesn't do enough. Earthquake takes me out, and yeah, so now I'm 1-2, but I didn't want to have to force myself to make a prediction that could have lost me the game. But either prediction would have lost me the game depending on how he reacted. But that's week 3. I lost 2-0, not an awful loss. I'm -3 in differential now, which isn't terrible. At least I'm not the worst in my division. I'm 2nd in my division. He's now 1st in our division. But we'll just have to see how the rest of the season goes. I now have a front office, thank the Lord. So I'm going to have people helping me build my teams and whatnot. But thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to smash that like button. Let's go for 5 likes. Can we do 5 likes? I think we can do 5 likes. And subscribe if you're new, of course. I would love a new addition to the Fire Nation. Yeah, I might start calling you guys that, the Fire Nation. But thank you all for watching, and take care.